Hi, I'm Gabriel Martinez with Analytica42, CEO, co-founder.
And I'm Colby Dorota, the CEO and co-founder of Abstract Security.
Today we are gathered here
in
holy partnership. Here we are in sunny Philadelphia.
Sunny Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, they call it.
That's it. That's it.
It's good to see you, Gabe.
It's good to see you, Colby.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long while.
I'm glad I get to see you before the holidays.
Oh yeah, that's always a special time.
And we get to make this exciting announcement together.
Yeah, I love it.
That's partnership's been a long time in the making.
That's right. Now we've partnered multiple times. We go back to ArcSight days.
Back to the ArcSight days. We're on the same team.
Same team.
Yeah. The customer success team.
Building solutions in SIEM and SOAR. And
I think we might have invented customer success.
I think we did. We were definitely founding members of that team, which was great. How to get the most out of SIEM and SOAR.
Yeah. The problems that we saw back then in like 2004, still exist today.
They still exist today. That is absolutely true.
And I mean, that's kind of the crux of our partnership too, right? Like,
I agree.
Is solving these problems for customers that, they're dealing with as they're migrating from older versions of SIEM technology to newer versions of SIEM. And
the key is they got way more data now.
Way more, right.
Way more.
It's like, it's been an explosion of data over the last decade or two.
And there's been like cloud, right? So that's a whole thing in itself.
And a lot of the data that gets generated is just garbage anyways. And it's useless data for security, at least. I have this conversation with folks that were back with us in the ArcSight days. And it was like a really big ArcSight deployment back then. It used to be like 50,000 EPS or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
70,000 EPS is like, wow.
Yeah, we're getting billions, like tens of billions of events a day.
A day,
easy. Right? Congrats on starting Abstract.
Yeah.
As Analytica42, we've been delivering SIEM and SOAR expertise, where we've been enabling customers, doing data transitions, and we've done a lot where we're transitioning from older SIEMs to new. But then when I found out the core capability, the pipeline capability of Abstract, it makes the perfect sense to take back and control your data. Because one of the pain points that we see, a customer will configure the new SIEM and they have all their weird ways of getting it configured here, there, get logs, local logs, cloud logs. But you do all that work, and then in the end, if you go to another SIEM, you have to do it all over again. But using your pipeline technology, you got to do it once. You can control the data and you can reduce the spend. Anyway, so
absolutely.
Seeing that you did that, I thought, you know what, it makes perfect sense.
Well, yeah, and I think as we kind of started Abstract and we're exploring the market and where we're going to take this, we saw, there are really a couple key challenges that customers had. One is cloud visibility, right? So getting access to the data and all the systems and understanding how to get that data, right? That was like challenge number one. Challenge number two is this SIEM migration challenge, right? Yep. And you're seeing that day in, day out, right? You do it all the time. And I think challenge number three, and I think that really something that excites me about our partnership is being able to work with experts with Analytica42 that basically know how to help solve these problems for customers and come in and actually provide tangible results, right? Because customers don't always have a strategy around how to go about these projects. They're big projects.
Yeah,
right?
Huge projects. Yep.
Yeah, SIEM migration isn't something you just wake up one day and go, hey, we're going to switch off of our old SIEM into a new one, right?
Yep.
I think the partnership brings a lot of value there, and the data pipelines plus adding some analytics capability there, really able to help reduce the volume of data that's being sent to SIEM. How do you find customers, and to me, this is another part of where the partnership adds a lot of value is, I'm assuming that you have to go in and when you're working with these customers, help them understand what data they should even be collecting.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a total key, and that's what I like about Abstract, because you can configure it once, but you don't have to send all the data and create all this cost. Part of the migration is not just the data, but there's often old rules that you have to translate. You got to get the different, migrate that, syntax, do the detection. But why load it all in the SIEM when you go, okay, I'm going to focus on GCP cloud logs. Great. Let's just get it in Abstract and let's filter out what you need for the use cases that you want to do, like bucket exfiltration or misconfigurations, that kind of thing. But it helps our job, makes our job way easier as Analytica42 to leverage your technology.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's like you have the expertise, we have the tech.
Yep.
It's a great partnership.
I think so.
I mean, that's really, we're excited about it. And, I think we're going to see a lot of customers get a lot of value out of this joint capability. It's funny you mentioned like migrating the old rules. So do you still run into customers that just have like, old port scan rules and just all kinds of stuff from back in the day?
Oh yeah, they're still there. Yeah, for sure.
Still there. Customers have these large rule sets. They don't even know if they're getting the right data.
Oh yeah.
To actually drive those rules, right?
And that happens a lot too. You'll get a lot of junk. So Analytica42, our philosophy is, even if you had in your old SIEM, you're migrating a new one, garbage in, garbage out. So if it was not working in the original SIEM because they weren't getting the data or whatever it might be,
right?
We can't blindly copy over the rules. We're going to make sure we get the right data, streaming in, and then build out the rules for the detections for your organization.
And that's part of having like a true data strategy, right? I mean, at the end of the day. And I mean, it's funny, when we started the customer success team back at ArcSight, we had kind of grown the company into a problem where we'd had these customers that were collecting data for so long, and they had spent all their time collecting data, but they weren't doing anything with it.
Yep.
And I mean, I remember our job was coming up with use cases and like, how are you going to actually use that data?
Yeah.
Is it for compliance? Is it for, these security threats, or what's the use cases? And it's funny that we're still kind of
here, like 20 years later.
20 years
I don't
later.
know. Oh, my
That's
back.
Right. I know, my back too. My fingers hurt.
My fingers
Too
from all
much
that
typing.
typing.
Yeah.
No, I think that's fantastic. I really appreciate the partnership.
Absolutely.
I look forward to great things with you.
Absolutely.
So,
to the year ahead.
To the year ahead.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to
New Year's
everyone.
coming up. And yeah, absolutely. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers,
Thanks
everyone.
for spending some time with us.
Thank you. Oh, our drinks are here.
Oh, drinks are here. Fantastic.
Oh, man, good timing.
Look at that. No worries.
That
no
looks
worries.
excellent.
We thought about this partnership a lot, and we wanted to give a shout out, an homage, if you will,
I agree.
to a fantastic film that was filmed in this city.
One of my favorite.
One of my favorites. Looking good, Gabe.
Feeling good, Kobe.
And if you don't know what movie that was Trading Places.
Best movie ever. Go watch it.
Best movie ever. Go watch it. There's also some other very funny lines in that movie.
In Philadelphia, it's worth $50.
In Philadelphia, it's worth. That's a Furlong Beluge. It's worth over $4,000 in Philadelphia.
It tells time. It's secret. Whatever. Hopefully they're not recording.
In Philadelphia,
this.
it's worth $50.
We are. Oh, we can cut that off.